The Galactic Council Hall was the largest structure humans had ever seen. It was a place where hundreds of alien species gathered, a floating city in the orbit of a blue giant star. Its walls glowed with strange symbols, and the ceiling looked like an endless sky filled with moving constellations. For the first time in history, humans had been invited to stand among the most powerful civilizations in the galaxy. Captain Elias Ward, wearing his simple navy blue uniform, walked through the hall with calm steps. Behind him, two other human diplomats followed quietly. Compared to the towering insectoids with shimmering chitin, the reptilian warriors with scales-like armor, and the elegant bird-like aliens with glowing feathers, humans looked painfully plain. As the humans took their seats at the center of the circular chamber, whispers started to spread. "So these are humans," a tall, four-armed alien muttered, his voice clicking like metal on stone. "How fragile they look," another laughed, his three eyes narrowing in amusement. "Their muscles are so weak, they cannot even lift a proper blade. Without help." Elias heard every word. He stood quietly, his hands clasped behind his back. The insults did not surprise him. Humans had known this would happen. Compared to most alien species, humanity had no natural weapons, no claws, no fangs, no psychic abilities, no wings. Even their strength was limited compared to alien warriors. The council speaker, a tall, silver-skinned alien with long tendrils for hair, welcomed the humans with a voice that echoed through the chamber. "People of Earth," the speaker said, "you have now reached the stars. You are here to join the Great Council, where the strongest and most advanced species rule the galaxy." The moment of silence was broken by laughter from one of the insectoid delegates. "They look like they would break in half if the wind blew too hard," the alien shouted. The others laughed with him, their voices rising like an orchestra of mockery. Elias turned his head slightly toward the alien but said nothing. His expression remained calm, his eyes steady. Another alien, a hulking reptilian with sharp teeth, leaned forward. "Humans have no claws, no scales, no natural armor. You are barely above prey animals. How did you even survive on your world?" More laughter filled the hall. The humans stood still, letting the insults wash over them. The two diplomats behind Elias exchanged worried glances, but their captain remained unmoved. When the noise settled, Elias finally spoke, his voice calm but firm. "Humans have survived for thousands of years on a planet full of dangers," he said. "We have no claws or fangs, yes, but we have something else." The insectoid delegate tilted his head, mandibles twitching. "And what is that? The power to run away faster than your predators?" The chamber erupted in laughter again. Elias smiled faintly. "No," he said. "We have the power to think, the power to build, the power to adapt." The reptilian warrior slammed a clawed hand on the table. "Empty words. Let us see this power of yours. If humans wish to join this council, let them prove they are more than weak prey." The speaker raised a hand, silencing the hall. "A suggestion has been made. Tomorrow, a demonstration of strength will take place in the combat arena. All new species must prove themselves. Humans will not be treated differently." Elias bowed his head slightly. "We accept." The aliens roared with laughter again, confident that the fragile humans would be torn apart. Some shook their heads. In disbelief, others whispered bets on how long the humans would last. But Elias remained calm. Inside, he felt a quiet satisfaction. The aliens had no idea what was coming. Far above the council hall, in orbit around the star, a sleek human warship floated silently. Inside, a group of soldiers in black suits prepared for something only they knew about. Project Aegis. Elias glanced at the alien delegates one last time. "Thank you for the opportunity," he said politely. The aliens thought they had already Won, but soon they would see that humanity's weakness was only an illusion. The next morning, the combat arena of the Galactic Council was filled with spectators. Thousands of aliens had gathered, eager to see how the fragile new species would fail. The arena itself was massive, a circular field with shifting platforms, energy barriers, and hovering drones that recorded every movement for the audience. Captain Elias Ward stood at the edge of the arena with his two fellow diplomats. He kept his expression calm, but inside he was already thinking about the plan. Far above the station, his crew was waiting for his signal. The insectoid delegate from yesterday approached, his mandibles clicking in amusement. "You humans must be brave," he said mockingly. "Or perhaps you are simply foolish." Elias met his gaze. "We believe in proving ourselves, not with words, but with action." The reptilian warrior, wearing heavy armor that glowed with strange symbols, growled in amusement. "Action? What can a soft creature like you do? This is a contest of power, not thinking." The crowd laughed again. Many of them were convinced this would be over quickly. The council speaker raised a hand, and silence filled the arena. "The challenge will be simple. Each new species must show their strength against our champions. Weapons are allowed, but no outside help." He turned toward Elias. "Will humans accept these rules?" Elias nodded once. "We accept." The speaker gestured, and the first champion stepped into the arena. It was a towering beast-like alien, 8 feet tall with armored plates on its body and a massive blade in its hand. It roared, causing a wave of fear among some of the weaker species in the stands. "This is Ralcor," the speaker said, "one of the finest warriors of the council. Show us humans what you can do." Elias simply pressed a small device hidden in his sleeve. Far above, inside the orbiting warship, a team of human soldiers received the signal. They moved quickly to the armory where something extraordinary waited: sleek power armor suits, each one a masterpiece of human engineering. Sergeant Kara Hayes, leader of the unit, stepped into her armor. As the suit sealed around her, lights flickered to life across its surface. "Captain's orders," she said with a determined smile. "Let's show the galaxy what humans can really do." Back in the arena, the aliens waited impatiently. "Where are your warriors?" one delegate shouted. "Are they too scared to come down?" Elias didn't answer. He simply watched the sky. Moments later, 6 small pods shot down from orbit, glowing as they entered the arena. They landed with a heavy crash, kicking up dust. The pods opened, and out stepped 6 human soldiers, each wearing full-power armor, sleek black exosuits, with glowing blue visors and reinforced plating. The crowd gasped. They had never seen anything like it. "What is this?" the insectoid delegate hissed, his mandibles twitching nervously. Elias turned his head toward him. "This," he said calmly, "is how humans fight." The soldiers moved in perfect coordination, each suit amplifying their movements. Strength, speed, and reflexes, all enhanced far beyond natural limits. Railguns hummed softly as they powered up. Ralcor, the alien champion, let out another roar and charged forward. His massive blade came, down in a heavy swing. But Sergeant Hayes moved faster than any alien expected. With a burst of strength, she blocked the attack using the suit's energy shield, then countered with a swift strike that knocked Ralcor back several meters. The crowd fell silent. Another champion entered, a telekinetic avian with glowing wings. It tried to hurl debris at the humans with its powers. But the soldiers' armor adapted, deploying magnetic fields to deflect the attack. Every alien in the stands watched in shock as humans displayed something the galaxy had underestimated for centuries: not natural strength, but the strength to build tools that turned weakness into power. Elias stood calmly at the edge of the arena, hands behind his back. "This is only the beginning," he said softly to himself. The Speaker of the Council leaned forward, eyes wide. For the first time, he was unsure of what he was witnessing. The humans had accepted the challenge, but it was clear now. They were not prey. They were something far more dangerous. The arena shook with the roar of the crowd. The alien spectators had expected the humans to be crushed in moments, but what they saw was nothing like they had imagined. 6 human soldiers stood tall in their power armor, glowing blue visors reflecting the bright arena lights. The suits moved as if they were part of the soldiers' own bodies, fast, smooth, and deadly precise. Sergeant Kara Hayes led the team forward, her voice calm but firm through the communication link. Team, remember, discipline first. Show them what humans can do when we fight together. Copy that, the other soldiers replied. The alien champion Ralcor roared again, recovering from the blow he had just taken. He charged forward with his massive blade, determined to prove that no suit of armor could match his raw strength. But Kara was ready. Her armor's targeting system locked onto Ralcor in an instant. She sidestepped with unnatural speed, her boots gripping the arena floor with magnetic force. As Ralcor's blade missed her by inches, she slammed her armored fist into his chest plate. The impact sent the towering alien flying backward. Gasps filled the arena. This is impossible, an insectoid delegate shouted, his antenna twitching in disbelief. Another soldier, Private Mason Lee, fired his railgun. The weapon hummed as it launched a small but super-fast projectile. It struck the ground near Ralcor's feet, exploding with controlled force and leaving a glowing crater. The aliens flinched at the display of power. "This isn't strength," one avian delegate whispered. "This is something else." Elias Ward watched silently from the edge of the arena. His hands were still clasped behind his back. He didn't need to give orders. The soldiers knew exactly what to do. The next challenger entered, a tall avian alien with shimmering feathers and glowing eyes. With a single gesture, the air around the soldiers began to distort as the alien's telekinetics power-lifted debris from the ground. Sharp fragments of metal spun in the air, ready to strike. "Defense mode," Kara ordered. Instantly, the soldiers' suits deployed small energy barriers. The spinning shards bounced harmlessly off the shields. Then Kara pointed forward. "Suppressive! Fire!" 3 soldiers opened fire with railguns, their shots controlled and precise. The avian alien tried to dodge, but the humans' targeting systems predicted every move. A single shot struck the ground near its feet, knocking it off balance. The avian fell, wings flailing, before retreating from the field. The arena went silent for a moment. "This is not natural," the reptilian warrior muttered. "No species should be able to fight like this." Elias finally spoke, his voice calm but carrying across the arena. "Humans survive because we adapt. We build. We plan. You have claws and fangs. We have minds, and we use them." The next champion stepped forward, an insectoid with 4 arms and dual plasma blades. It moved quickly, its blades glowing bright. But the humans didn't falter. 2 soldiers worked together, one distracting the alien while the other slid behind it using the suit's boosters. With a quick strike, the second soldier knocked the alien to the ground. The crowd erupted in shock. What they were witnessing was not just strength, it was teamwork, strategy, and precision. One alien delegate whispered, "They move like a single mind. Even our warriors fight as individuals. But these humans, they fight as one." Elias allowed himself a small smile. This was exactly what he wanted them to see. The soldiers stepped back, weapons ready, but not aimed to kill. They had proven their point without unnecessary destruction. Sergeant Kara looked up at the crowd through her glowing visor. "We didn't come here to show off strength," she said through her comms, her voice projected across the arena. "We came here to show that humans will never be underestimated again." The council speaker leaned back in his seat, speechless. His silver tendrils shifted slowly as he tried to process what he had just seen. The insectoid delegate who had mocked the humans yesterday stared at the armored soldiers in disbelief. All this time they looked weak, but they were hiding this. Elias turned to him, his voice quiet but firm. We don't hide our weakness. We simply refuse to accept it. For the first time, the laughter in the arena had completely stopped. What? Replaced, it was silence. Silence born from shock, awe, and a growing sense of fear. The arena was charged with energy. Every alien present watched with wide eyes and held breath. The humans in their power armor had proven they were far stronger than anyone expected. But the true test was still ahead. The council speaker's voice echoed through the hall. Now the final match will begin. Humans against our best champions. From the shadows of the arena, the largest and most feared alien warriors stepped forward. There was Grathok, the reptilian brute, muscles bulging under his heavy armor. Enzira, the insectoid queen's champion, fast and deadly. And Varel, the avian telekinetic, whose powers were said to move mountains. Captain Elias Ward looked at his soldiers. They were calm, focused, and ready. Remember, he said through their communication link, this is not just about power. It's about teamwork, tactics, and showing them what humans can do. Understood, Captain, Sergeant Kara Hayes replied. The signal was given, and the battle began. Grathok charged like a storm, his massive tail sweeping toward Sergeant Hayes. But her armor's sensors detected the move instantly. She leapt aside, using magnetic boots to run along the wall of the arena. The suit's boosters gave her a burst of speed. She fired a plasma shot from her wrist, striking Grathok's shoulder. The brute growled in surprise and pain, but kept moving forward. At the same time, Private Mason Lee faced Enzira. The insectoid was fast, darting around with her four arms swinging sharp blades. Mason's armor automatically adjusted his shield, blocking the deadly strikes. With a quick spin, Mason fired a charged railgun shot that hit Enzira's leg, forcing her to retreat momentarily. Varel floated above the battlefield, his eyes glowing as he lifted heavy chunks of the arena's floor into the air. His telekinetic power aimed at the human soldiers, but their suits activated magnetic fields to push the debris away. Kara called out, "Divide and conquer! Take Varel down together!" Two soldiers worked as one. While one distracted Varel by dodging and firing, the other boosted upward, landing a powerful punch on the telekinetic's chest. Varel stumbled, surprised by the coordinated attack. The crowd watched in awe. The humans moved with the precision of a well-oiled machine. Every move was planned, every attack covered by a teammate. Despite their strength, the alien champions found it hard to keep up with the humans' combination of technology and teamwork. Elias noticed how the aliens' confidence began to waver. Even the strongest champion, Grathok, seemed slower, more cautious. "Hold the line!" Grathok roared, rallying the others. But the tide was turning. Kara led her team in a final push. Using the suit's boosters, they surrounded Grathok. 1. Soldier fired a powerful energy net that wrapped around the giant reptilian's legs, slowing him down. Kara delivered a charged punch to his chest armor, making him fall to one knee. At the same time, Mason and another soldier worked together to force Enzira out of the fight. Varel, exhausted from his telekinetic effort, tried to lift a huge chunk of metal to strike back. But Kara fired a precise railgun shot that hit the piece, causing it to crash beside Varel and knock him off balance. With all three champions weakened, the humans stood victorious, strong, united, and proud. The arena erupted with shocked murmurs. Some aliens cheered, others remained silent, unable to believe what they had just witnessed. Captain Elias stepped forward and addressed the crowd. "We are not the strongest in body, but our strength is in our mind, our will, and our unity. We build tools to protect ourselves and to fight for what is right. This is what makes humans powerful." The council speaker nodded slowly, the weight of Elias's words sinking in. "Humanity has shown us something unexpected today. You are not only survivors, you are a force that must be respected." The insectoid delegate who had mocked the humans earlier bowed his head in respect. "Perhaps we judged too quickly," he admitted. Elias smiled. "Respect is earned, not given." As the humans left the arena, the crowd's laughter was gone. It was replaced with quiet respect and a new understanding. Humanity's triumph was not just in technology or strength. It was in their heart and mind, their ability to unite and adapt, and that was a power no alien could ever take away. The battle was over and the arena was quiet. The thousands of aliens who had come to watch now looked at the humans in a new light. No longer were they the fragile, weak species to be laughed at. Now they were warriors, strong, clever, and united. Captain Elias Ward stood tall, his uniform neat despite the long day. Around him, his soldiers slowly removed their power armor, revealing faces full of pride and calm determination. They had done what many thought impossible. The council speaker rose from his seat, his silver tendrils moving gently as he spoke. "People of Earth," he said, "you have shown courage and strength. You have proven that power is not only in the body, but also in the mind and spirit." A murmur of agreement spread through the crowd. The insectoid delegate who had mocked the humans earlier stepped forward. His many eyes focused on Elias, and for the first time, his voice held respect instead of scorn. "We were wrong to judge you by your bodies alone," he said. "Your technology and teamwork are worthy of this council." Elias nodded slowly. "We do not claim to be the strongest by nature, but we never stop learning, building, and working together. Our strength comes from our will and our creativity." The reptilian warrior, Grathok, who had been defeated in the final battle, approached next. His heavy footsteps echoed through the hall as he stopped before Elias. "You fight with honor," Grathok said, bowing his head. "Your people will be a powerful ally or a fearsome enemy." Elias smiled. "We hope to be allies. The galaxy is big, and there is enough space for many species, if we respect each other." The speaker looked around the council chamber. "From today forward, Earth will be a full member of the Galactic Council. You have earned your place." Cheers and applause filled the hall, louder and more sincere than any before. The humans exchanged glances, their hearts full of hope and pride. Later, as the crowd began to disperse, Elias stood by a large window, looking out at the stars. His mind was already on the future, on what humanity could build next. Sergeant Kara Hayes came beside him, still in part of her armor. "Captain, the suits performed perfectly. The council won't forget this day." Elias nodded. "We've shown them the power of human ingenuity. But our real strength is what lies beyond this armor, the people who wear it." Kara smiled. "Then let's make sure we never stop improving." High above the council station, the human warship orbited silently, its hull shining in the starlight. Inside, engineers and scientists were already working on new designs for the power armor. Better, faster, stronger. Project Aegis had begun as a secret, but now it was humanity's proud symbol of survival and strength. The galaxy had laughed at humans for their simple bodies, but they had underestimated something far greater: their unbreakable spirit and their ability to turn weakness into strength. And from this day forward, the universe would never forget the name of Earth. The battle was over, and the arena was quiet. The thousands of aliens who had come to watch now looked at the humans in a new light. No longer were they the fragile, weak species to be laughed at. Now they were warriors, strong, clever, and united. Captain Elias Ward stood tall, his uniform neat despite the long day. Around him, his soldiers slowly removed their power armor, revealing faces full of pride and calm determination. They had done what many thought impossible. The council speaker rose from his seat, his silver tendrils moving gently as he spoke. "People of Earth," he said, "you have shown courage and strength. You have proven that power is not only in the body, but also in the mind and spirit." A murmur of agreement spread through the crowd. The insectoid delegate who had mocked the humans earlier stepped forward. His many eyes focused on Elias, and for the first time, his voice held respect instead of scorn. "We were wrong to judge you by your bodies alone," he said. "Your technology and teamwork are worthy of this council." Elias nodded slowly. "We do not claim to be the strongest by nature, but we never stop learning, building, and working together. Our strength comes from our will and our creativity." The reptilian warrior, Grathok, who had been defeated in the final battle, approached next. His heavy footsteps echoed through the hall as he stopped before Elias. "You fight with honor," Grathok said, bowing his head. "Your people will be a powerful ally or a fearsome enemy." Elias smiled. "We hope to be allies. The galaxy is big, and there is enough space for many species, if we respect each other." The speaker looked around the council chamber. "From today forward, Earth will be a full member of the Galactic Council. You have earned your place." Cheers and applause filled the hall, louder and more sincere than any before. The humans exchanged glances, their hearts full of hope and pride. Later, as the crowd began to disperse, Elias stood by a large window, looking out at the stars. His mind was already on the future, on what humanity could build next. Sergeant Kara Hayes came beside him, still in part of her armor. "Captain, the suits performed perfectly. The council won't forget this day." Elias nodded. "We've shown them the power of human ingenuity, but our real strength is what lies beyond this armor, the people who wear it." Kara smiled. "Then let's make sure we never stop improving." High above the council station, the human warship orbited silently, its hull shining in the starlight. Inside, engineers and scientists were already working on new designs for the power armor, better, faster, stronger. Project Aegis had begun as a secret, but now it was humanity's proud symbol of survival and strength. The galaxy had laughed at humans for their simple bodies, but they had underestimated something far greater: their unbreakable spirit and their ability to turn weakness into strength. And from this day forward, the universe would never forget the name of Earth.